Hello everyone, welcome back to LMM, Loved Mania Mayhem, we have just been getting through the warm-ups with Volvo Gaming versus slogan text template team name. It's a very hard name to pronounce, but is what it is, and I believe we have just gotten past the roles. I will be your commentator, Eliminate. I will also be streaming, so excuse me if I am a little bit behind on things. It seems like slogan text template did win the role and will choose to ban race 3. Or red, okay, Volvo Gaming, my apologies. So yes, Volvo Gaming do decide to ban race 3. It was pretty prominent in the warm-ups that Volvo Gaming were more confident on the hybrids and LN side of things, whereas Team Blue, slogan text template team name, might be a little bit more confident on the race side of things. So we might have a match ahead of us where this could even get to a tiebreaker if maps are not chosen wisely. And slogan text template team name getting right into it, choosing Race 1 Moongate. Now this map is a pretty straightforward map. There is not much to really say about it. It's just very consistency, jump stream map for 2 minutes and 20 seconds. So one miss, any misses at all, any drops, any column locks, CB rushes can really sway the lead. So consistency will be key, and as I said, slogan text template team name did show off their consistency on some more difficult maps that was shown in the warm-ups, which sadly was not streamed at the time. All players are ready and almost immediately getting right into Team Blue's first pick. I'm going to refer to them as Team Blue from this point on because slogan text template team name is probably a bit too long to say every single time. All players getting off to a relatively good start. We see a few dropped perfects, but this really is not meaningful at all when we immediately get into the harder section of the map. And the difficulty pretty much remains consistent throughout the entirety of this map. There might be one harder section later on towards the end of the map, but relatively speaking, this is going to be the entire map, and already quarter of the way through the map, and we do see that Team Blue has the slight, ever so slight lead. ERA Jungle still at the 99.92%, matched by Brumman. This is basically just the battle between Goober and ZMAB, but really it's only 4,000 points, and consistency being the deciding factor here, as well as ratio, of course. Any one miss from Brumman or Goober can give a heavy lead to Volvo Gaming, especially taking into consideration that this map is definitely not one of the harder maps in the pool. Now the slower section, and Brumman and Jungle still trying to match their accuracies and score. Really is not much between them. ZMAB has dropped quite a bit of accuracy, down to 99.5% versus Goober's 99.89%. And this is just the build-up for the next section to come. We might see some act drops here. Potentially, if they do come out, it can go back over to Volvo Gaming. It has been in Team Blue's side for the entire map, but there's still a quarter left, and this is the denser part of the map, still maintaining that score lead at 10,000 points now. Very large. It used to be 4,000. Even a miss might not even be the deciding factor here. We're gonna need to see a very detrimental drop from Team Blue if we want to see Volvo get it. Brumman finds that drop. That's not what you'd like to see if you're rooting for Team Blue. That will give some of the score back. It's already down to 5,000 points. Advantage from 10,000. Not above the 400 combo cap. It is slowly going towards Volvo Gaming's favor. Is there enough time for Volvo Gaming to take the point? 2,000 point lead? I don't think there's enough time. 4,000. We do see some act drops, and that will be it. Slogan text template team name managed to grasp that point at the end. Very scary towards the end, but we did see some unfortunate act drops from ZMAB, and that ultimately will cost them their point. That could have been a potential breakpoint from the get-go, but Team Blue managing to grasp that point, barely not giving away that break point that they so desperately wanted to keep from Volvo Gaming. We do see some very impressive ratios in this lobby, some very, very clean scores from all players all around. Roughly 100 perfects across all players, besides ZMAB with the little bit behind in ratio. We do see LN1 being picked from Volvo Gaming. Keep on running. Now this map can be very chokeable, and we did see some LN potential in Volvo Gaming's team. Just whether or not slogan text template Team Blue can retaliate and bring back that momentum. But with that first point lead, that is giving Team Blue a really, really good entryway into this match. It's first to 4, and they only have 2 race maps to choose from, so it can get a bit dicey. It might depend on the SV map if they want to get to a tiebreaker, if they're confident on race 2, that is. But getting into it, right off the bat, we are in LN1, and Brumman and ZMAB have both dropped down quite a bit of accuracy, but Goober and Jungle maintain that high 99%, and this map does get harder as time goes on. As we can see, shorter LNs might be a bit harder to act, but all players seem to be pretty comfortable. Team Blue holding almost 2,000 point lead, roughly 1,000 points now. This really can be anyone's game. 1-200 can get lead back to Volvo Gaming. It's still too early to say. Goober finds that miss already on one of the slower sections of the map, and that will give a huge lead to Volvo Gaming. We're going to need to see some misses from Volvo Gaming if they want to even return that lead. It's now 7,000 point lead. This is way too much for Team Blue's comfort. Halfway through the map, Jungle and ZMAB just need to maintain what they can, and this is the build-up for what's to come. Brumman to drop slightly on the back, down to 99.4. Goober and Brumman both matched, but will need to both full combo if they want to even think about taking this point. Volvo Gaming have got such a strong lead. We're already at almost 3/4 of the way through the map, but one miss and a few act drops can really bring it back. This could still be anyone's game. We've seen it before. Jungle and ZMAB just look so comfortable though, and just doesn't seem like they want to drop anytime soon, but Brumman also finds that drop, and that is probably going to be the nail in the coffin right there, unless we see some heavy drops from Jungle and ZMAB, which does not seem likely. That will definitely be Volvo Gaming's points secured in the bag. They have got such a strong and comfortable lead under their belt, and Goober finding that miss towards the very end there, that is going to be it. No breakpoint for them. They did have a slight lead towards the start of things with the ratio, but just unlucky misses, and Jungle and ZMAB with very, very comfortable scores and just really showing off their LN abilities. Now Team Blue would not be surprised if they go straight into the Rice 2. Now do bear in mind that Rice 3 has been banned, so Race 3 will not be an option, and it is first to 4, which means that if they want a tiebreaker, they're going to need to get 3 points, but they've only got the option to get 2 points on 2 of the race maps, so they will need to win an LN hybrid, or, as I've said, hopefully have practice on the SV. As a Scarlet-Tempest, I do believe this is one of the speed-oriented maps. And when it comes to skill sets like this and patterns such as the patterns you see in Scarlet-Tempest, there can be quite a lot of chokes. Definitely one of the more chokeable maps of the pool if you're not ready for it, and potentially if you have not practiced the map pool so much. But Goober and Brumman hoping to take the points regardless. Race 2. Just getting into it, all players very, very, very matched. The score going back and forward. There's no real ratio decider here. ZMAB did drop quite a bit towards the start there. Ratio might not be up to par, but still flickering back and forward. We've still yet to get into the bulk of the map and what's to come. And here is the first section of the map. All players hitting it relatively comfortably. The score is still only a couple hundred points between the two. We did see an act drop from ZMAP just there, and that will give some more lead over to Team Blue. Already down to 99.3, but anything can happen. A few 200s from Team Blue really can be it for them. Or even potentially a miss, but doesn't look like that will happen, showing off their confidence. In ZMAP does find the first drop, and that is going to really fortify Team Blue's lead here at almost 13,000 points. This is quite the sizable lead to have, but we still have another section to get through. Any miss from Team Blue can sway it back over. Jungle trying their best to just maintain what they have and try to bring back the score. At the break section, the players can overlook their current scores and hopefully not give too much stress onto each other. But as long as Team Blue finds these full combos, ZMAP finding a miss at the break section, but Team Blue, if they can just hold these full combos, they will guarantee the point pretty much. ZMAP and Jungle will need to full combo the rest if they want even a chance to take this point. As we get to the last core of the map, it's seeming less and less likely, but definitely possible. Players now reaching the 1500 combo mark, and it does not look like we're going to see any accuracy drops at all from Team Blue. At all. Jungle as well trying to match it, and we do see a potential three-way FC here. And that'll be it. Team Blue with a very confident pick. 3 players with 1-200. Very bizarre score. ZMAP with the unfortunate misses, but luckily for them, that would not have been the deciding factor regardless. Brahman and Goober with both better ratios in comparison to Volvo Gaming, so they would have had the score advantage regardless. And Volvo Gaming wasting no time, getting into LN2, also potentially their last confident pick. They did show relatively large dominance on the LN1 pick, and LN2 might even show even more struggles from the Team Blue side here. This might even get to a 2-2 scoreline if Volvo Gaming just play their cards correctly here. If we see any FCs from Team Blue, that could really possibly earn them a break point. But with Volvo Games' incredible LN abilities and capabilities, that might be a very difficult feat to achieve. But Team Blue will take the accuracy advantage early on. Already core the way through the map. Do bear in mind this map is only a minute and a half long at OD6, and OD6 on Score 2 will make the map quite a bit easier to gain accuracy on. Goober does find the first miss, and that will give the score lead back over. That is now already 8,000 point lead for Volvo Gaming. That one miss can be anything. Jungle trades it back. That was a very messy miss, and 3,000 points back into Team Blue's favor. And as long as Goober and Brahman can hold their combos halfway through the map, and this is a very short map, as I said, anything else can happen. We might even see some more drops from Team Blue, and that can and will bring it back over to Volvo Gaming if we do see that already in the last core of the map, and the score lead is slowly going back into Volvo Gaming's favor. We see a trade, double, Jungle also finding this very misses. Oh my god, all players in the lobby finding misses. This is Such a scramble. Who will take the point? I have no idea. It's so close. It seems like Volvo Gaming will barely take that point on the back of that 4-player miss in the lobby. That was a mess. All players missing, and just everyone gets washed away by that one patch at the exact same point in time. Volvo Gaming just barely managed to find that point at the very, 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 very last second. And that will be Volvo Gaming's second LN map, and now slogan text template team name Team Blue have not got any race maps left to go, and indeed they will go for the SV map. Definitely on the safer side of things, considering Volvo Gaming's show-off abilities on the LNs, and the hybrid can be very related in that sense. Now, for an SV map, this map is not too difficult to sight read, but practice definitely does make perfect, and especially so on SV maps. Though this SV map might be easier than others, does not mean that it is easy. So this map can be anyone's pick, really. Depends on who's put in more practice. ZMap finds early 200s. I'm not too sure if that was a client error. It does not look like it. That will give a sizable lead to Team Blue. ZMap finding the miss already. It does not seem like they've practiced this map, maybe. Maybe keyboard issues, already down to 91%. Whereas Team Blue, both players above 98, which is unseen from Volvo Gaming here. With such a huge lead already in Team Blue's favor, does not seem like Volvo Gaming can really take much else. The lead is just still going in Team Blue's favor, not even halfway through the map yet, and it's already a 70,000 point lead, and really shows off how much they potentially have practice. The EBE does find that drop, but will not impact them at all with such a score lead and approaching the halfway point in the map. This map is 2 minutes long. It is relatively short, but not the shortest maps in the pool. The slow jam section might throw players off guard here. We do see some act drops. Team map finds a miss on one of the teleports. Jungle and ZMap both missing at the same time. This lead is so huge. Team Blue might be able to stop playing at this point and still manage to take the point. And here we go into the speed up section. Will all players full combo this section? All players manage to get through it. ZMap holding on to that S rank for dear life. Finds a drop, goes down to 94. Still has time to go back up. Brahma and XXX, I'm unsure if he's holding on to the full combo. That very well might be a full combo from Brahma, and yes, indeed it is. We see almost a dual full combo on the Team Blue side of things. Definitely a very safe pick from them, and now Volvo Gaming, this next point is very, very, very important to them if they want to even get to tiebreaker at this point. Definitely possible. The trick with hybrids is that they are in fact a hybrid and contain LN as well as Rice. And obviously, with Team Blue showing off Rice abilities, Volvo Gaming will need to perform a lot better and try their best to grasp their third point. And if they do, if they manage to get their third point and take the hybrid one, that will immediately take us to the tiebreaker as a result. Hybrid one, we do see the same players throughout the entire match. The score is exactly even, maintaining the same ratios all around. It's a very slow intro to the map, and it's maybe one of the longer maps that we have seen in this match. And for a hybrid, we have a very race-heavy intro. Already a quarter of the way through the map, we do see some act drops from Brum, and that gives a very slight lead to Volvo Gaming, but still flickering back and forward. This is a very dangerous pick, and any one drop will definitely give a huge lead over to the other team. But everyone still looking so comfortable. We see even more accuracy drops, but no misses as of yet. All players breezing through those rolls and jump stream section. Now we get into the more LN heavy side of things, and still so close between the teams. Volvo Gaming need to hold on for what they can. They have the lead yet again. We see some even more accuracy drops from Team Blue. That SV catches no one off guard. This is still so very close. Volvo Gaming trying to maintain that combo. This is what it all comes down to. 3/4 of the way through the map. Team Blue really trying their hardest to take back that lead. We're in the slower section of the map, and there is quite the lead in Volvo Gaming's favor. And they will need to up their accuracy game if they want to take it back, or really hope that Volvo Gaming finds a drop. But all players still manage to get through the harder sections of the map, and this is the very end. Unless we see any drops or misses from Volvo Gaming, this will be their point, and we will be going to a tiebreaker, but there is still time. And we don't see any, and that's it. 3,000 points of a difference just there, and so very close, and there was definitely a huge possibility of going 2-4 in slogan text template team names favor. But we do see Jungle with the V1 double S, and all players getting very clean scores as well, but Jungle really above all else. And we do see a tiebreaker between these two teams, potentially one of the first tiebreakers in this tournament. Anomaly. That should have been... Now, just common tournament practice. A lot of players usually don't practice their tiebreakers. Though do bear in mind that this anomaly is not the SV version, I believe. So that will give everyone a much better time if they have indeed not practiced the map. But this is what it all comes down to in this very short match of best of 7. Not too often that you get to see tiebreakers this early on. So wait for the client to sync. And there we go, we are underway of the final map of this match. Goober does find that early miss. That will give An advantage over to Volvo Gaming very, very early on. We're still yet to see the denser sections of this map. This map is very, very, very long, relatively speaking. So there's plenty of room for error. Here we get into a jack section. All players maintaining a very solid ratio and accuracy, just despite Goober's drop early on. And still, even so, all players still somehow managing to combo through these very tricky mini jacks. Can definitely catch people off guard, as we do see from ZMAP, and that will give the lead back over, just barely over a quarter of the way through the map, and there is still so much more to come. If we see any more drops, that can really be it. The lead is still so very small. Slight break section there. Into handstream, this tiebreaker has everything. Any one skill set error can be your demise. But overall, all players still managing to combo through, besides from those earlier drops. Jungle Brahman being the only full combos in the lobby. Brahman with the highest accuracy, ever so slightly, just followed behind by Jungle. The difference here is just only a few 200s, which can be anything at all. Over the halfway mark now. All players hopefully trying to keep a good stamina. And that is what this map requires. Getting into a more LN focused section of the map. We see some accuracy drops from Burman there. Down to 99.6%. Almost matching ZMAB. Jungle and Goober both matched. And this really is anyone's game. The score lead is slowly, very slowly going into Volvo Gaming's favor, but still managed to stay even. And everyone is super comfortable throughout this entire section. Definitely we'd like to see in the last core of the map, Volvo Gaming will need to up their accuracy if they want to take this tiebreaker. There is still time to do it. We still have a hard section to get through towards the end. And these early misses might just be the reason. You definitely hope it isn't. 4,000 point lead for Team Blue now. Into the last section of the map, we get these tricky mini jacks along with the LNs. This is definitely not an easy pattern to hit. Any misses at all in this one section can really be the deciding factor. But all players are managing to combo through it. Hitting these awkward jump shells, and there's really nothing left on the map. 4,000 point lead, unless something drastic happens, it will be Team Blue, slogan text template team name, to barely take this match at the very end. That really came down to the wire at the very end, and those two misses that we saw were at the very start of the map. And if not for that, this could have potentially even been closer, which is something that is scary to think about. But indeed, slogan text template team will take the tiebreaker and overall take the match. That was definitely a very, very good game to watch and commentate. And I just want to say congratulations to all players. Everyone performed very, very well in this match, and hopefully above expectations. That's what it seemed like from me, at least. So yeah, again, congratulations, slogan text template team name. on the win. I'm Eliminate, and take care. We have another match in 15 minutes, so we will be right back shortly.